Alright guys, this is Guy from a Band bringing you another incredibly cold episode of The Guy's Gotta Eat. Some bad things on my table, I don't have other things out, and we'll be back in a bit. And we're back with the things we need. Are we? Yeah, we're back with the things we need. Ingredients you will need today. He's appearing and disappearing right now. Ingredients you'll need today are cheese, some garlic steak seasoning, pasta, spaghetti, bacon, and salt. Hopefully you're rich enough to have more salt than this, but yeah, put this stuff back here quickly. Utensils you'll need: a plate for eating, a spatula for flipping, a big ass knife for cutting, a cutting board for cutting, a pan for cooking, and a pot for boiling. I believe that was everything listed off pretty quickly there. Yeah. Dang it. By the way, this isn't a challenge to do it as quickly as possible. I swear, no really it isn't. I'm actually just, I don't know, interested to see if I can make a proper length episode for once. This talking probably isn't helping either. You will also need a kettle, which we're going to boil now. Should have done that a while ago. First thing you'll need to do is boil the kettle to get it ready for our pasta. The first thing we need to do is make pasta. Alright, so we're hoping our kettle's just about ready to boil. It's doing that low gruzzly noise, so we're going to put on our fire or electricity if you're running on an electric stove. No judgment here. Well, we shouldn't do that. Wait for it to bubble up. I think bubble up a lot. There we go. So put that on there. Get the pan a little bit warm, doesn't matter too much. Then pour our boiling water into the pan. Just realise that speaker's probably in the way. So then we grab our pasta, open these, easy to open the packets, and just chuck in the amount that you want to eat in there. I can't really tell you how much you want to eat, that is quite usually just a personal preference thing, but me, I like a lot of pasta. Push it down gradually. You don't want to break the pasta at all, so you want to keep it as long as possible, because that makes it, just feel like a pretty cool thing. Everybody likes long pasta. Da, da, da. Could be a song. Don't judge me. It's no sillier than a song about everything being awesome. Don't know why I looked at you guys like you guys made that song. I don't know, you might be watching the song. Why don't I say it's a song? Watching this video? If you're watching this video, I like your style. Anyway, something that helps, put a lid on. Something that helps more is the lid the right size, but I don't have one, so just put a lid on, helps it bubble a bit faster, keeps in the heat, blah blah blah. Got it in the end. While that's boiling away, what you want to do now is grab your bacon. Today we are using hickory smoked crispy bacon because it's just so genius. We're going to start off with about 2 slices, but you can add more slices if you want, and less slices if you want. I usually add more than this, but I don't want to seem too fat, so what we do is we just start chopping our bacon up. Even if you have strips, you want to start chopping it up because you want thin slices. You want your slices of bacon to start off about the width of, what would it be the width of? About the width of, I don't know. I really don't know, guys. That's about, I don't know. You want it to be about the width. Yeah, you want them to be about the width of a very slender finger. I guess you could probably say as well, like 2 centimeters. Yeah, you want them to be about 2 centimeters thick, and then you cut them again 2 centimeters thick along the sideways. If this starts bubbling over like it is, one thing you can do is move the lid to the side slightly. If it continues to bubble over, just obviously take the lid off. It's not that hard of a thing to do. We want tiny bacon bits because we want it to be able to move around the whole thing. By the way, I realise this is less of a revolutionary cooking video, as a lot of people probably have just done this when they're messing around. But I thought I was making fettuccine once. Apparently, this is not how you make fettuccine. Fettuccine requires an actual kind of sauce, not just what I do to it. So, I've been told by chefs, this is not fettuccine, which means this is some sort of other creation. Which is why I feel I can share it confidently and not have people bitch at me and say it's something else. One can always dream. Then we grab up butter, just using it as lubricant for the base of our pan. Turn on your fire or electricity, it's up to you. And then we don't put it away because we do need it later. What you want to do also is stir your pasta, because you don't want it sticking together and all burning to the bottom of the pan, because it's just not nice. I'm not too sure if it affects the flavour of the pasta itself, but also today we are just using any kind of pasta because it's lying around. If I was eating pasta just by itself, no sauce, no noodles, no sauce, no nothing, then obviously I would use a better flavoured pasta, but since we're adding flavouring to it, it doesn't matter. Alright, so butter's looking pretty lubricanty. So now, like I said in my other videos, how we cheat: grab a small piece of bacon, chuck it in. If you see it start to sizzle up, hear it start to crackle a bit, then you know it's what we want. So, handy thing, grab a knife. You can also, use this to put some of our bacon in. Then yeah, just put your bacon in the pan like so. This is where our spatula comes in. We just move it around because you want it all to touch the bottom of the floor, the surface. You want it all to touch the bottom of the pan because you want it all to cook. You don't want some to not cook. Now some of you are going to say, well, I've done this before and the bacon's bits spit out of me, like they're obviously about to do to you. Well, that's when you grab this thing that's in my hand, a lid. Ow, my eye. You put the lid on. It wasn't oil, it was just one of my hairs. You put the lid on and it stops it from, hitting you. So again, we stir our pasta a bit, blah blah blah. It's looking like it might be ready soon. So what you can do, if you want to test it, obviously, eat it. A little bit hard, you can do it some time. Another way you test it, you throw it against the wall or a window. If it sticks against the wall, you guys can't see that, but it sticks, which means it's ready. It's going to give these a bit of a stir, give them a bit of a flip. Put a lid back on, leave them to cook for a bit longer because you do want them more crispy. Our pasta's done, so one thing you can do, if you have a strainer, I recommend using a strainer because it is a lot better. If you don't have a strainer, just grab the lid, lift it off a bit, and make sure not to have it off too much, that your pasta poke through this hole, but you want a little bit of a hole so that you can just do this and pour your water out. You've got most of our water out now. It's looking pretty good, looking pretty crispy, so we'll turn this off as well. Obviously it's still going to be a bit warm and splatter, so we're going to leave the lid on for a bit until it's cooled down sufficiently. While we're waiting for that to cool down a bit though, this is way too much pasta. What you want to do now is act while your pasta is hot. This may gross some people out, but come on, butter's good for you guys. The right butter is good for you. Have a bit of butter. People put oil on their pasta, so don't judge me. What this will do, again, act as lubricant, lubricate things, but it'll also help things bond to the pasta and not just stick to the side of the pan. You want to utilise the heat of the pasta to melt the butter. If it's not hot, then your butter's, obviously it's not going to melt, and you're just going to have lumps of butter in your pasta, which no one wants. You guys can't really see it there, but it's looking pretty liquidy. Our bacon's looking pretty cooked and crispy. So far we're looking so good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a dash of salt. Amount of salt can vary. You just want that little bit of a kick to it. You don't want, salt cities all up in this. Next, geniusness, garlic steak seasoning. It's really good, guys. Almost did. Like mess that up. Sprinkle it round. This really does add a whole other, you know, just round your pasta. If you want to stop it here, you know, if you hadn't made the bacon already, sort of thing, and you know you didn't want to, or you didn't have bacon, just stop it here. Pasta with garlic steak seasoning is ridiculously good. You know, it's again really cheap. Garlic steak seasoning really cheap. Pasta really cheap. Just combine the two of them. If you don't want to waste any butter or you don't want to use any butter, you don't have to, because the garlic steak seasoning will kind of just bind well enough, but the butter will really help it keep the, you know, pasta still wet. Give pasta that, you know, big good pasta feel. You know, everyone likes to suck on that pasta. Now what we're going to do is we will, once I'm done fooling around, introduce our bacon into the mixture. Now you don't really have to get rid of the grease. If you want to get rid of the grease, you can. I won't, because I feel like it's a waste of the bacon grease. It tastes really nice and it's really nice. Now what you want to do is add a little bit of bacon at a time and then mix it up. Mix it up so it all sort of gets in there. You don't want one portion of your pasta to be bacon city. You want it to be spread out evenly. So you don't just get one giant surprise and then no bacon. You have a consistent feel of yay bacon, yay more bacon, that sort of thing. I usually go about adding it in thirds and then leaving a little bit at the top, because we're going to sprinkle that little bit that's left over on later as well. Grab the rest of our bacon, we're going to sprinkle it to the bottom of the pan, sprinkle it to the bottom of our plate, then just grab your fingers guys, it doesn't matter, we've cooled it down, it's not that hot anymore. And then just sprinkle it about, put it in different places. Why we're doing this? So you have a bit of bacon at the end as well. We're going to pour our pasta in now, and what you will find, I found this time and time again, but you're just left over with a whole bunch of bacon right at the bottom of the pan. But look at this guys. Look at all this. Over here we got bacon, over here we got bacon, everywhere we got bacon. Just grab your spatula, scoop, use it as a scooping mechanism, because again, I don't know how to use spatulas. And just that little bit at the end on the top. And then again, just use your fingers guys if you want. You know, you're making these for yourself presumably, unless you're making it in a restaurant, in which case, please tell me. I'll be really flattered if one of my recipes ends up in a restaurant. But we're not done just yet guys. What are we going to do? We're going to tear here like this packet of cheese says. If you don't like cheese, again, and you like everything up till here, you can just go up till here. If you want to do it exactly like me, then, you know, try out this awesome flavour concoction. Do it. The reason we're sprinkling it, not just dumping it, is because we do want it to be sprinkled out evenly throughout the meal. Would you call this a meal? Yeah, it's just pretty much dinner. I'm making it for dinner. And again, I make a lot of things for dinner. I made toast for dinner once. That was a letdown of a meal. I'm joking, toast is amazing. Again, hands, because hands are, well, we were evolved to be able to use hands, so why would we not use hands? I'll grab some cheese and stuff it under as well, so we get cheese throughout the entire meal. Again, so it's not just, oh, that top layer is cheese, badass. Oh, there's no cheese ever now. Oh, you want it to be all the way through your stuff. Surely there's a better way of doing this, you would ask. And I would reply, yeah, there probably is. I don't know it, but yeah, I'm going to agree with you that there probably is. And here we go guys, a really amazing meal. You love pasta, but you feel like it's getting a bit too bland? Add those different levels of awesomeness to it, you know, pasta. Add a bit of salt to it. It really does make a difference. You feel like you're done with that, you feel like that's enough, you've got over that stage. Oh, I'm almost out. Add some garlic steak seasoning. Adds a whole nother level to it. You're at level, this is level 0. Regular pasta, this is level maximum by the way. This is maximum overdrive pasta. Regular pasta is level 1, level 0. Add some salt to it, you get to level 1. Garlic steak seasoning, you get to level 3. What? Add some bacon, you get to level 4. You get to level 3. 0, 1, 2, you get to level 3. Add some cheese, you get to level 4. Start being a genius and realise butter is amazing in everything, and you love butter because it's good for you if you get the good kind of butter and you love it. Level 5, maximum overdrive pasta. Level 5, maximum overdrive pasta. Some of you might be wondering, why haven't you tasted it yet? What you can do, genius, follow me, I'm joking, you don't have to follow me. You chuck it in the microwave or the oven, chuck it in for about 20 seconds, that'll be enough, get that cheese to actually melt. Yeah, and then we have melted cheese in our pasta. Awesome. If you, hang it, if you want cold cheese in your pasta, not melted through, that's fair enough, go for gold, do that if you want. But again, this is just a way to make your meal taste, well, it doesn't taste better, but it just makes it more fun. Maximum overdrive pasta. Literally, nothing can go wrong with this. Give it a go.
Pop them, just pop them with it.
Assume you know what to do from this point. Cook layer of white chocolate topping with cheese fries, Jack Daniels, beef patty. We are prepared.